When your server falls over, your app shows a friendly error.
Probably.
Nobody's ever actually seen it happen. Act 3 starts here, and this one hands you the keys to the whole building. 3 things today. Waiting on one specific letter to come back from the server. Then running the whole mailroom yourself, deciding what gets through. And then the genuinely good part, where you stop waiting for the server entirely and just make up whatever answer you fancy. First, the gentle one. You're only watching the post go by here. Not touching any of it yet and not changing anything. Look familiar? You've met this shape twice already. Pop-ups in episode 11, downloads in 12. Same deal here. Start listening for a particular reply, do the click inside that block, and afterwards the response is yours to poke at. Here it is for real. That pattern up top uses 2 stars, which just means anything can sit there. Any host, any prefix, as long as the path ends in /API/todos. Then the click goes inside the block. Afterwards, you've got the status and the payload right there in your hands. And response.ok is true for anything in the 200s. Print the status and the body, and there's your data. 200, and the exact to-do the server saved, ID, and all. No guessing about whether the save actually worked, and no arbitrary wait either. The reply itself told you. Now this fixes something you've almost certainly hit. Your assertion fires before the data's landed. The test goes red, you rear on it, and it passes. Classic flake. Waiting on the real network event beats guessing at a sleep number. That number is always wrong on somebody's machine. Watching the post is fine and useful. Controlling it, though, that's where this whole thing gets fun. So picture a mailroom. Every request your page sends stops at your desk before it goes anywhere at all, and you get to decide what happens to it. Answer it yourself, and nothing reaches the real server. Tear it up, and that request dies on your desk. Or wave it through untouched, and off it goes. Anything that doesn't match your pattern? Sails straight past like you were never sitting there. Here's the mock itself. You hand route a pattern and a handler, and that handler decides. Fulfill writes the answer for you, right there, and the request never leaves the browser at all. The page gets a to-do list that no server ever sent. Aborts the other one worth knowing about. Shred every image request and your suite gets noticeably quicker, simply because nothing's downloading pictures that no test ever looks at. And that underscore on continue? Plain continue is a reserved Python keyword, so they had to bolt one on the end. And here's the genuinely strange part. Your app has absolutely no idea. The page asked for todos, something came back that looked exactly right, so the page renders it. That fake to-do is sitting on screen now. The real server never heard a word about any of this. One catch, and it's the very same one dialogues had back in episode 12. Set your route up before the request flies. Register it afterwards, and that letter has already gone. Nobody was sitting at the desk when it went past. Same rule, different feature. Brief the mailroom first.
Quick one.
Why mock the product's API instead of hitting the real thing? Pause here if you want longer. Ready? The answers be control and stability, same data every run, works offline, plus edge cases the real backend won't give you.
Right.
This next bit is the one that genuinely separates people in interviews, so stay with me. Same app, 3 times over. Nothing changed except what the server said back.
First, the happy path.
Everybody tests that one. Second, an empty list. Does the copy read properly with nothing to show? Third, a 500. Friendly error, or white screen. 1 line each. Simulating a server on fire takes 1 argument. Status 500, a bit of error JSON and you're done. Then you load the page and check the thing you actually care about. Did anybody build a decent error screen? Is there a retry button? Or does the user just sit there staring at nothing? And that, more or less, is the interview answer. Everyone tests the happy path. Mocking is what makes the sad ones cheap. Errors, empty states, slow replies. All reliable, all on demand, whenever you want them. Whole classes of scenario that used to be filed under untestable turn into one-liners. 3 lines to take away. Expect response waits for a real letter, instead of guessing. Route puts you behind the desk, where every request has to pass. And fulfill lets you write whatever reply you fancy, including the ones nobody can ask a real server for. Next time, logging in once, and then never again for the rest of your suite. The hand stamp trick. Whole course is free over at the Playwright Dojo.